America. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist with TradersWay.com. Thank you so much for being a client. We appreciate you and work hard for you, and we wish you the best of success in your trading. I'm here for us to meet as a community once a day, 7:30 a.m., to align our satellites and discuss technical and fundamental analysis. Whatever you need, babe, we got for you. First Friday of the month, I'm at FX Street for non-farm payrolls live, which I think 12 or 1,300 viewers, I think, is the most popular forex webinar around. Certainly the longest run, right? Which has been 12 years. Pretty cool. So once again, feel free to ask questions. I encourage them. And today we'll go through the charts, looking for trade setups. How's that sound? So my coffee cup's already low on coffee. Need a more. I don't know. All right, so Jens, how did you trade the news, so to speak? The French elections. I did it through the yens. What did you do? I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what I did. You traded European currencies? Pound, euro, Swissy maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. So here we are. We're looking at the euro yen. Got to zoom in a little bit. Okay, and let me get my drawing tool over there. Okay, and what I want to show is this is where we were on Friday, and this is where it opened on Sunday/Monday. It's called a gap. Gaps often try to make their way back down to the open and then can continue, doesn't always, but can continue in the direction of the gap. So a standard gap theory trade would be an up like that. Okay. Michael says President Trump is threatening Canadian softwood. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no softwood in Canada. And that's a fact. So anyways, yeah, that's the whole gap filling idea. You don't see this on a euro, right? You don't see this in euro. The euro being the currency of said election was impacted the most. You can see not a lot on this 15-minute chart has happened since then, right? One day, so we're halfway through the second day, and not a lot has changed. We're not even really kicking off monthly pivots, not even really kicking off weekly pivots. If I were me, I'd be extremely careful. It might make sense on paper strategically, but technically it makes no sense strategically. So ask yourself, is that really what you want to get yourself into? Now this one came back a little more. I got to change the time frame to show this one. I think you can see what I was looking at the time of pulling the trigger. Looking at this, looking at this. and this. And I eyeball all of that kind of in the same thing. This one's a little lower, but it's basically the same thing. And then down in here, so it opened up here. Okay. The close on Friday was down here. So it's not a full retracement, right? You can see it came down, and I eyeballed this as some sort of support, hoping that maybe we do something like that. Now, you don't often hear me say hope. I don't think it's going to do it, but I'm in it anyways. Okay. But I don't have any illusions or delusions. This is not the right type of year for that, but okay. Okay, it's one of those things, right? So you can see I'm long here, and my stop is essentially break even. All right, fine. Right? It's like, okay, fine. Again, not the world's greatest trade, but I'm not in it to be a hero. Yen, what are you going to do with the whole yen thing, huh? Let's take a look at that. Okay. Here's the close. Gapped up here. Okay. Chapter trended down. Okay. And it's just sort of monkeyed its way up and monkeyed its way down. Now this one did play a pivot, right? Which is encouraging. And then now maybe working its way up. And you can see I'm long here. Okay. Again, not a very good trade, but what am I trading there? Charles said pivot seemed to have taken a back seat. Well, that's right. That's a good point. This is a fundamental move. It has nothing to do with what the market did last week. Yes, Artem, you're right. I bought it at the psych level of 110. Nothing more than that, and nothing good about it. Fell maybe not quite 50 pips lower, and then has worked its way back up. Okay. So you have to understand, guys, and not everybody does, so it's worth saying. There are times when the markets are trading technically based on fundamentals, and then the fundamentals change, and then the market only changes on the fundamentals because the technicals haven't caught up yet. So like this week's pivots were based on last week. But last week, the market was worried about French elections. This week, they're not worried about. In fact, they're relieved about French elections. So why would you mix the two? They're quite opposite, in fact, right? So you'll see that they don't often trade as technical as you would like as a technician. In fact, I'm just going to move this. Looks like I forgot to do it. Taking a look at the beast. Same sort of thing. This is the pound yen. It's where it closed. This is where it opened. Okay. Okay. And makes a higher high. Oh, stupid beast. I guess that's why they call it the Widowmaker, right? And now it's up here, and I'm wondering because I'm not the boss, the market is, right? I'm wondering if it's going to treat this as a higher high, maybe hit a double top and then hit that and then come back up and keep me in. But as you can see on this one as well, I'm making money and I don't have any risk. Me likey. Okay. But, I wouldn't say this is anything amazing technically, right? It's just sort of a, I don't know. I don't like these types of conditions where you're like, oh, the French election, oh, the French election, oh, the French election. Okay. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But I don't like this type of trading. I like nice, easy, boring trading, right? This kind of stuff, like you buy it on Monday and by Wednesday you've made the money for the week and you're done. Do some golfing or something. Michael says, so when I saw so many pairs open at M3, what M3? I didn't have any M3s. Yeah, I didn't have any M3s on those. Like, look at this one. It was above R. Right? So was I excited about the market opening above R? No. Oh, but see, I wouldn't trade the euro pairs. Peter asks, do I keep a journal or log of my trades? Not any longer. I haven't done that for years. But I did do it for many, many years, and it was a big part of my routine. So when you think of, that 1/3 of my book is dedicated to trade journaling, I think that's I think that's a key insight to how I believe it's important. But as I said in the book, I don't think most people, in fact, I don't think anybody journals correctly. Like most traders don't journal at all, and then the ones that do, they do it well, but they probably don't use it in the right way. And so that's why I put it in the book. It's my gift to the world. Cool. So Kitty Cat, again, not it is doing what it wants to do or what it can do, but it's something I skipped. You can see the market opened here, and I'm like, nah. So I didn't even trade it, and it's collapsed, and you'll notice that the other ones have not collapsed, or that the euro didn't really drop, but it didn't really rally either, and it's another one that I didn't even consider because I'm not bullish on those pairs, right? You understand? Like, why would I trade euro pairs? Oh my God, really? I'd be afraid to buy it. What if I got excited and bought them? Ugh. Blah. So anyways, so here's the last one. Kiwi. This is where we closed. This is where we opened. Is this a good place to buy? No. Is this a good place to buy? It's just, and I suppose I don't want to counter trend either. I mean, it's just all noise, guys. It's all noise. It's like, you know, writing a dissertation at the circus. So yeah, the market jumped, the French elections, and then it comes crashing back down and stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't look like easy money to me, right? Buying here is easy money, right? Selling here is easy money. This, so whatever. So yeah, you do have to decide if you were a bull, that is the buy, right? That is the buy. There is no other buy. Wait, no, that's M3. Yeah, see, oh, forget it. Yeah, that's M3. I was thinking something. I don't know what I was thinking. That is a role reversal. We'll call it that much. Oh. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just so funny. I don't even care. I just don't care. I think it's all just hot air. All right. Boom. Just wondering when we drew this. Does anyone remember doing this? I must be tired. I woke up tired today. I don't know. This is obviously a guess, but I don't know how far back this was a guess. Anyways, it looks like it's working out. Hungarian central bank leaves interest rates unchanged. Still at 0.9%. They didn't have the gall to jack it up to 1.0. Was it last week? So it looks like it's working out pretty well then, huh? Still, it would be a big effort to get it through the support. Yeah. 1273. Yeah, it's like one of these things like I know someone selling physical gold right now. So you could look at a chart and say something like, well, prices sort of stabilized up around this, right about 1250. What if it goes lower than that? It could, it, it, yeah. If it doesn't hold this area this week, it could certainly fall significantly next week. And that would be 3 weeks in a row. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so tired. Woke up tired. What can I say? So much going on. Just overwhelming, maybe. All right. So that's gold. Nothing's changed a lot. It's near support. Like, I guess what you have to think of is if we're down near this green zone, then that is the projected bottom for the week. There's no real reason, technically anyways, for gold to fall much further this week. And if it rallies, then that would be really good if you want gold prices to go up. But you could say, you know, we've already hit my targets for the week. I know it's Tuesday, right? And then here's oil. Now remember, when we hit like July and August, people will be freaking out about oil inventories falling, and that should maybe give some sort of rally cry for oil prices. But you know, but nonetheless, it's going to be a pretty big shock. And yet we already know it's just common sense. That's why it's shocking for most people. So oil, I think, is still coming down for now. We have to have a couple of, we have to have at least one more failed OPEC meeting. But like I said, by the time we hit like August, September, October, I think there'll be a change in momentum for oil inventories. And that might have a rising effect for prices, which therefore can be called inflation. And suddenly economic data will look better than in Europe than before. And the Fed will have the ammo it needs to raise interest rates further. They'll say, look at the prices. Yet the only thing that's changed is oil went from 40 to 60. But everything else will be the same. It's funny. What a simple world we live in now. So right now, we could say that we believe oil prices are at support. That for some reason, a week or two ago, we thought this 49.29, 49.00 area would be important, and we're here now. It could fall to the next level, which is 47, but it may not. It certainly can, but it may not. Now, if it did, there may be an opportunity to be a bull. Monthly support, weekly bottom. That's an interesting combination, right? Interesting cluster, don't you think? Okay. If it doesn't fall there, then you got yourself a higher low off of this. You can see how that could be technically important, huh? So oil might be in play at the moment. You see the almost no reaction, huh? Aussie yen we already did. Aussie's the dangerous one, but it seems to me like the rising tide will raise all ships kind of analogy, right? So Aussie yen don't look so good. As long as it doesn't fall. If it falls, I'll get out. But I'm hoping that we can get up into this angle, right? I mean, at least back to the top of the gap before it collapses. I'm not that confident in Aussie. I can't lose, so. All right, I don't think we've looked at USD Kitty CAD. Okay. The M3ers would have sold it, right? The bears would have sold it. The bulls would have bought it. The thing with the bears is if you're going to be bearish on a move like this, you usually want to have it close outside the target, and then you'd counter trend that back. But that's not a counter trend trade either. So I think the bulls, again, you don't want to look at your charts and say, well, it's here. Should I be a bear now? Because you can see you can get trapped on that. For anyone that said, well, I'm a bull, and there are two places for me to buy it on Monday, there's that price and that price, right? It's very defined. So if you're a bull, you know the exact two prices you're willing to buy. Or you buy it at the central and put your stop below this, which is just sort of the same thing. Right? So don't look at your charts for decisions. You should make the decisions before you even open your chart. And then the rest is easy, because if you know you're a bull, you only have to identify what price you'd consider buying. Now this is supposed to go to R2. So if you're a swing trader, you should be riding this to 137. Okay. You should be in at 134.50 on your way to 137, so 250 pips. Okay. Now you can see there is cause for concern up here. Okay. But maybe that's dead. Okay. But again, according to swing theory, should be up here. I don't have monthlies on here, so you should also look at the monthly swing. Look for congruency. So Peter, you took profit at the current resistance. Yeah, I get that. That's the smart thing to do. You probably left some pips on the table, but you may not have, and therefore, if you get out at resistance, there's nothing to be ashamed of, right? Cold, hard, and calculated. Oh, is that what it is? MM4? See, then there is a confluence. Good. Right on. Euro dollar, I guess we could look at that. Yeah. Peter says took the resistance approach and stayed conservative. Yeah. And on the long run, that'll always be the right decision. Right? Unless you get trapped into the emotional aspect of like, you're like Scrooge McDuck, right? You made 1 billion pips, but it could have been 2 billion. And so now you're very upset. Your money bin is only half full. If you'd only stayed greedy, you could have been more rich. So yeah, being conservative like that, you'll be rich enough. Now, the interesting thing about having very conservative rules like that too, I think you end up working less. And someone that's more aggressive, they work more and they have more winners, but they also have more losers. And I'm not entirely certain on the long run they make more money. Right? 10-year T-note paying 2.27 right now. Remember how it was like 2.55? So there are buyers of U.S. Treasuries right now. VIX is 1065, but I thought it had dropped lower than that. But VIX is a problem below 10. I haven't looked at a VIX chart in a long time, but there's a problem with complacency. Chuck wants to do peso. It's a bit early. You're a few days early for that. My body is tired, man. My neck is all stiff. My arms all stiff. It's 8:50 in the morning. I feel exhausted. Oh, I took a nice shower and everything. Oh, I don't got it today. Oh, too much. Need a break, but I don't want to do anything. So there's the 3 trades. How about I might have been knocked out of 1 or 2. I can't remember. I thought I had more than 3 trades. They're just slowly doing nothing. So I'll let them either knock me out of break even and lose nothing for the week, or I'll keep them for a while. But I don't expect big yen moves yet. It's not the right time. You don't want to get your hopes up. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So I'm going to just treat them like weekly swings. I'd like, let's say, 300 pips or 250 pips each. So I'm up, what, $1,200. I think once it gets to like 5 or 6,000, I'll consider getting out. If it breaks, if they all bust out a break even, oh well. Uh, that USD CAD, oh, excuse me, USD CAD is breaking some technical boundaries. It looks like CAD's going to get pretty weak. You guys watching that USD CAD? It's here, but I'm looking at it on a different screen. And this move is fairly significant. So you can see that's very tradable. But I think if I change template, look at it longer term, it's this, I guess, what I'm looking at. Right? Doesn't that look like it's important? We can get above this area. Now that is the monthly target, but still, the breach of here hasn't. I mean, we haven't been to this level since 2015. I mean, that's pretty telling, isn't it? You guys still there? Browser problems. Yeah. Do you view support resistance level that far back being significant? No, they're significant. It's there. If other people see it, then it's there. I mean, I don't get hung up on it too much, but I think it's pretty factual to say that that's resistance. Right? Now go to a 15-minute chart. I mean, it's there, right? It happens to be over a DR2. You know, it's there. Can I say it's factual that there is resistance there, and there's daily resistance there. So you know, I wouldn't want to ignore it, sort of thing. Okay. Now the trick is to weight its importance. How important is it to you? How important do you think it'll be to others? That'll be your constant burden, but that's your job, right? So got to keep an eye on that. Just CAD is just out there, right? La la land. And watch these yens. Do we have any significant news at 8:30 today? I don't even recall. I guess I can look at the calendar here. I think I'm gonna take a like a 9 o'clock nap. mean, even a 4-year-old doesn't take a nap at 9 o'clock in the morning. But I guess if you're boss, you can, right? I took the family out for sushi yesterday, and the wife sits down. Both kids sit on either side of her chair, and I'm like, "Son, get out of the chair. Sit in this other one. I want to sit next to mommy." It's like, "No, I want to sit next to mommy." No, dude, move. I'm sitting down. He's like, "Why do I have to move?" I said, "Oh, are you buying sushi? You're going to drop $150 on dinner tonight?" No, get out of the chair. So look, if you're the boss and you want to sleep at 9 o'clock in the morning, by all means. Yeah, it's true. I am on London time, huh? Yeah. All right. So, anyways, we got stuff going on. Yeah, I guess I'm tired today or something, whatever it is. I was just gonna pull up the calendar and all that stuff. Blah 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 blah. So what was it? Was it new homes? I don't know. So this Canadian dollar weakness is, I suppose due to the trade war. So I thought I saw the calendar. Now I can't find it. Check the other calendar. Philly Fed. It's usually pretty good. New home sales. April Concon. Yeah, I mean, look, the home sales stuff we know. Um, did you see existing home sales has been pretty fantastic. Oh, okay, Ryan. Well, I can kill that. Any conclusions regarding EAs and robots? Well, if you want to use them, fantastic. If you want them to do your job for you, then you're fired. Because, right, right. If you're looking for an EA that's going to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long, through market conditions and changing economics, so on and so forth, well, good luck with that. So, yeah, the trades are just moving along. Now up about 1,400. Now almost 1,500. Sweet. So that's cool. So I think this is me working hard. Made 500 bucks since the webinar started. That's pretty good. I should go spend it. I gotta go. Money's in my hand. I gotta go. But yeah, I'm just stupid slow today. I don't know why. I really apologize. I think it's just a confluence of things have hit me with schoolwork and trading and other business, and all this, that, and the other thing. I got enough sleep, so I don't know why, but I'm exhausted. So I think since I'm less than stellar today, why don't I just pull the plug? Thank you for your time and apologize for being squishy. Yesterday I was a prickly pear. Today I'm all soft and squishy. Oh, look at that. It went over 1,500. Yay! Let those winners run, huh? Can I pull up my Aussie chart? Aussie what, yen? Aussie USD? Yeah, all right. So I hope you're a bear. Is that the one you wanted? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll put it on these. I'll bring up the one that we looked at it earlier. This one. Okay. What do you need? You don't wanted to double check an observation? All right. Did you? So you got your observable? Well, you just want to know where my pivots were. So all right. Well, there you go. As long as Peter's happy. Oh no, no, you have those. All right. Well, hope you're happy, Saint Pete. Anything else? Yeah, there's no rush. If you guys have a question, jump in. I'm happy to answer it. I'm just otherwise sort of burnt out. Sonny's got one? Yeah, all right. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, right on, Peter. I like it when people are happy and doing well. They said that Senny. They say the Kiwis. Okay, who's they? I know a week or two ago, someone was telling me about the friends that they trade with, and I said, "You need new friends." Yeah, I see that. I mean, CAD's already negative, right? So, like, John, I guess if anything, if you're already short CAD, then you're just going to make more money. All right. So, but the so let's go back to this Kiwi. Like, who's they? You have to realize that there's no they in my life. So that's why I laugh immediately too. I'm like, they. I hate they. Just the idea of that there's a they. Yeah, the news analysis. Oh my god. Um, all right, so I'm trying to figure out where I thought I had chart somewhere else on Kiwi. Um, so one of these a Kiwi. There must be a Kiwi yen on the yen pivots. Let's do that. Pivots, yen. One of these is a Kiwi. All right, we'll do this one. All right. So I can't. I don't even think like that the Kiwi should go up, kind of thing. What I can tell you factually is that the New Zealand dollar, and I thought I did cover this earlier today, but that it is at support. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because I thought this was a different pivot, then I realized it was M3, so therefore it's just a roll reversal. So it's one of these things. Like if you're a bull, you would have bought it down here because I don't really see much else. I mean, I guess down here, but this is a buy zone in a very factual way. If you're a bull, this is a buy zone, right? To me, that's just very straightforward. If you're a bear, you're going to sell here and then, of course, the red zone. Okay. And if you're a bear, God forbid if you're up in here, right? So those are all sell zones. That's a sell zone. That's a sell zone. That's a sell zone. And if you're a bull, this is a buy zone. But if you break through this, then it becomes a buy zone too. Okay. Now they say it's going to go up. Okay, that's fine. And when you say that, that's usually a fundamental reason. So if you're analyzing like the dairy market, for example, and you have analyzed that the auction results are going to improve over the near future, or that you believe the economy is going to pick up faster than it has been, then that's what you need to share, right? So if there's something behind that analysis, then we would have to look at that and confirm it. Euro pound, Angel? No, I haven't. I generally don't trade it, but I can look at it. So yeah, well, see, I don't like that whole idea that it should go up. Well, I'm more interested in like what they're looking at, why they think it should go up, and then we can look at that ourselves. Technically, yes, we're at support. So if you believe it's going to go up, you would buy it here and then here after a break and then even here after a break. But okay. But why? So do you remember why? Was it dairy auction prices? So if you look, how big is the chance? See, it doesn't work that way. So it's if you are bullish, you buy at support. There's support here and here and here. What is the chances of it working that way? Well, I can't just give you some inputs and then pop out, X is whatever probability, right? It doesn't work that way. You could look at this and say the New Zealand dollar has been incredibly weak for a very long time. Okay. But market conditions have improved. And that may or may not be based on fundamentals. Okay. But you could see we've already hit the projected bottom for the month for New Zealand dollar. Some people, some traders may simply be long Kiwi dollar because we have already hit the base for the month. And we knew that 2 weeks ago. So since then, you could be a buyer of the New Zealand dollar. Does it mean it should go up? It could. Does it mean it has to go up? Well, no. Does it mean the fundamentals have improved? No. It's just that we've printed a floor in the bottom by hitting the projected bottom early in the month. So I don't know what the author's thinking. The author might be a genius. The author might be an idiot. And I think most people are idiots, except for us, of course. So, I would want to say, well, all right, well, tell me fundamentally why you think this should go up now, even though it's been down, 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 down for months. And if that person has an intelligent answer, I'll listen to it. And maybe I'll look into it myself. Maybe I'll adjust my opinion and outlook, right? So right now, I would assume it's going up simply because there's nowhere more for it to fall. Okay. Yeah, and I thought I haven't specifically looked at dairy in a while, but I have come across some articles recently, and it seems like the world is drowning in milk. Right? That there is no shortage of milk. Dairy prices are going to be flat to even down. Australia, their ugly cousin, Australia, is not necessarily in a good scenario either. And since they're big trading partners, if Australia is not doing incredibly well, and the outlook for Australia in the near term, let's say, between now and the end of the year, isn't amazing, then there's not a lot at the moment that you would have to as evidence to say, well, New Zealand should be booming by the end of the year. Really? Oh, the Kiwi dollar should be way up by the end of the year. Really? Well, what makes you think that? And so whatever that information is, it might be interesting. Maybe there's some insight on the central bank and all that kind of stuff that I don't have. But technically, I go back to the technicals, and I have a general bias. So maybe I need to sharpen my bias on the Kiwi. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked into the Kiwi for a while because it seems like it's just been in status quo for a very long time. Okay, so it going up over the last few weeks. Well, it's pretty simple. We probably even already talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but that is the bottom. So it's like water running down a set of stairs. Well, it just hit the bottom stair. Where else is it going to fall? Right. So it just, to me, at the moment, it stopped falling. But there's no reason why it can't fall in May. Well, that's cool, Brendan. Maybe we can turn that into an alpha for you, where you can make a ton of money trading Kiwi, correlating it with dairy prices. Right? You should work for a hedge fund and be the Kiwi guy. Be interested to know what feed you guys bring in. All right, so this browser's having problems, and I even shut the other one off. They're just sort of blacking out from time to time. But so Senny, I know that wasn't probably a very helpful answer, and I apologize for that. But you know, I need to know why someone thinks the New Zealand dollar could appreciate. I never like it when somebody says it should, especially someone that's supposed to be in the media, which they shouldn't be giving they shouldn't be telling you to buy or sell anything, because if they were that smart, why do they make $22,000 a year writing articles? Right. So, anyways, so I would want bullet points. I want 3 reasons why it should go up, and then I'll look into it. Right. And then, of course, very often though, this is what happens. Somebody sees it going up for 3 weeks, so they think it's going to go up forever. And they just don't know the simple fact that it hit the bottom, the current bottom. It's not the bottom forever. It's no longer falling, is how I look at it. It may be going up if you want to judge it like this, like it's made a higher high. Okay, fine, whatever. But don't be shocked that if it falls, for 5 more weeks in a row, right? And so people without a lot of experience or without a lot of knowledge in the market, they see it going up and they think that's it. It's going to go up forever, right? But we knew on the 12th of April that we've hit the likely bottom. It could go a little farther, as we could say here, but this whole area is the bottom. And what it means is it should not fall any further. Now it might go up, but it's because the market is bearish. It doesn't say up per se. It just says a pause in the falling until it reverses. But I wouldn't call it technically a reversal yet. And even if we got a technical short-term reversal, meaning like let's say on a 1-hour chart, it's bullish, trending bullishly on an hour. I still need the fundamentals to confirm, right? Otherwise, I don't believe it. Otherwise, even if it's going up for, let's say, 2 months or 3 months, it's going up. I still have to look at it from a bearish point of view if the fundamentals are not bullish too, because it could just simply be a retracement like this. This is still going to be resistance up here, and I'm not going to believe any of it unless something fundamentally makes sense. And the greatest place to go for that, the greatest place to go for that is go to the website for the central bank, and most likely they'll be jawboning this thing up. They'll be saying things like, interest rates should go up and all this kind of stuff. It's very rare that a central bank won't prepare you for the change in policy. And the reason for that is what modern central banks do. Only a scumbag Swiss banker would lie to you in your face. Yeah, we can talk about tomorrow. Right on, Brennan. I'm glad you're finding help. Like, yeah, again, one day you'll likely work in a hedge fund because I could just see it. You could be the Kiwi guy. You say, "Oh, let me bring in my Kiwi guy." Yeah, Brendan here is a Kiwi, lives in New Zealand, and the value of the New Zealand dollar is highly correlated to global dairy prices. And Brendan here works in that industry, or worked in the industry. He knows, he has the knowledge, he has the insight, he has the blah, 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 right? Inside, boots on the ground. And the boy knows the soy. Do you know your soybeans? Yeah, see, the boy knows the soy and his dairy. Sounds pretty good, huh? Yeah. What else? What else do you bring in for feed? Canola. All right. Yeah. Canadian low acidic oil. Yeah. Most people don't know about canola. Canadian low acidic. Yeah. So why did I buy pound yen? I bought it simply as a sort of a response to the gap. You'll notice that my yen pairs are long at psych levels, and quick to jam the stop. Just it's one of these things, and I don't like doing it. And I was telling you about it, sort of, and people that know me over the years have seen this, where I don't like doing it. I just do it because I'm supposed to do it, but I don't like doing it. It's not my type of trading. But look, if we break through this, I didn't mean to draw the thing, but anyways, how about this? If we break through this, I'm going to get paid a ton of money. And if it drops back, I'm going to make nothing. So, yeah, it's not a great trade, but it's something that exists at the time, right? So it gapped up, it fell like what 50 pips. And I bought it at the psych level. What I'm supposed to do, and I should have been a little more patient, is I'm supposed to buy at the roll reversal or at the gap, the mouth of the gap. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to buy. But I only waited 2 hours to buy it, and I guess so. I bought it on this green candle off the psych level. I don't know. You're right. Why did I buy it? I don't know. Just because you're supposed to. Corn. I would never feed my cattle corn. How dare you? Yeah. So wait, right? Just edamame and Kieran Ikebun. That's what my cows get. Kieran and edamame. All right. So, anyways, I think I babbled on, got the full webinar in there. Yeah, I'm sorry I sucked today, but just low, man, just low. Ran out of gas or something. I think maybe I'll sleep on the hammock outside, catch a nap, and then get back to work. Yeah, refuel. Yeah, totally. Huh? I need a KC 130. Keep me flying. All right. So, anyways, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Take care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Boom, 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 boom. I'll bring it. I'll bring my A game tomorrow, huh? Thank you. Cheers.